year, and I'm glad you were able to join in. So let's just get right in. How do vision board and accountability work? Now, the first question is why visions or goals? So I want you all to think back to a time when you had no rules guiding your life. There was no rules whatsoever guiding your life. It was just you. You had no rules. But I bet that time, if you can remember quite well, you were very young, right? So, well, what you didn't realize is that even though you had no rules, it was someone else's goal to raise you. So, although you were living without rules, somebody was actually raising you because that was their goal. That's your parents. Right now, living without goals is like traveling without map or traveling without a destination in mind. I mean, you just wake up one morning and you are leaving your house. You don't know where you're going to. So living without goals right now as an adult, as a young adult, is like traveling without a destination in mind. Most times when you want to go anywhere, you have it in mind that, oh, I want to go to Kano, I want to go to Oyo, I want to go to US. You have a destination, but if you don't have goals, you are more or less not going nowhere. So you definitely end up somewhere, yeah, because you're moving, you're growing, you're learning, you end up somewhere, but definitely nowhere near where you wish to be. You end up somewhere you will not be happy, you will not be fulfilled, but you will be somewhere. That's why some of us are very dissatisfied with our lives right now. We are somewhere, we're making money, we're paying bills, but we're not where we where we ought to be. So it makes us mad at ourselves because we're not where we ought to be, but we need to check and ask yourself that do I have goals? Do I have visions? Now, some people have told me that, oh, but I set goals, it didn't work. Why did my goals fail? So this is what I want to talk about very quickly. Why do goals fail? First of all, you didn't set them. Yeah, I know it's funny because you feel like, oh, I have something in mind. I know where I'm going, but you didn't set the goals. So 2019 2018 rather, beginning of 2018, I sat down and extensively wrote down goals. I had goals in mind. I was like, oh, I'm going to achieve this, I'm going to achieve this. I didn't set them. So there's a difference between having goals in mind and setting them. So I just put them somewhere. At the end of the year, I opened the book. I was surprised at my goals. I didn't set them. So if you didn't set the goals, you just have it in your head. A goal that is not properly set is a wish. So if you didn't set your goals, you're just wishing. I hope you can all hear me. Please confirm if you can hear me. Just send me a chat, say you can hear me or something. I want to be sure everybody is following. Thank you. Now, another reason why your goals fail is because you didn't set them smart. Everybody knows what smart goals means. Smart means they must be specific, measurable, they must be really time conscious, time specific. So we have an acronym for SMART. So your goals must be smart. Your goals must You must not just set goals for setting goals sake. It must be measurable. It must be specific. It must have all the elements that make up the SMART goals. So if you don't set SMART goals, your goals will definitely fail. If you just say, "Oh, I want to do something," you don't have a timeline for it. It means that you are not ready. So smart, it is specific, measurable, is assignable, is relevant to your life, and is time based. So if your goals are not meeting any of these targets, your goals will likely fail. And that reason why goals fail is you have a weak why. What does a weak why mean? It means that the motive behind your goals are not strong enough. Or maybe you set those goals because your friend said them. Your friend says, oh, I want to lose 2 kg this year. And I'm like, it won't be bad for me to lose 2 kg either. Remember, it wasn't your why, it was a friend's why. So it's not strong enough. Motivation is one of the things that drive execution of goals. If you know why you want something so bad, you go for it. So if your why is weak, you would not be able to achieve your goals. Not number 4 is zero execution skill. So you've set these goals, they are smart, they are fantastic, your why is strong, but you don't know how to execute. If you do not know how to execute goals, you would end up not getting those goals fulfilled. So some of us have set the goals and we've put timelines, but you've not measured out the steps to make sure that they come to pass or they are achieved. So if you don't have and education is actually a skill. I used to think that everybody can just execute. No, education is a skill. You need to learn how to execute. Good thing you are in Quarter Life Hub where you will learn exactly that. The last reason why your goal fails is that you are not accountable to anybody. You are a free man in a free town doing the free things. Everybody is human, and we'll talk about that later on. You cannot set goals that will not be accountable. You will not have someone ask you, how far have you gone? If you're doing that, most likely those goals will fail. Now, we're moving on. Why vision board? We've said why goals earlier. Now, why vision board? Now, a vision board is a tool used to help clarify, concentrate, and maintain focus on a specific life goal or goals. It contains a collage of pictures and words that represent your goals and dream. Everybody has been asking me since I released a post on my blog last year that why did you do a vision board? Mind you, that was my first vision board ever. I used to think that vision board was a bougie thing, like, oh, people that want to be fancy. But hey, think about it. I want to give you an example. Imagine you saw a red Corolla in traffic today and you said to yourself, oh, I want this red Corolla. It's very nice. Do you realize that in that week, if you observe, you will see more red Corollas? Why? Because your eye has matched that thing as something that you want. So it will begin to observe things that are related to it. That's the power of visualization, the law of attraction. Visualization is one of the most powerful mind exercises you can do. In fact, Olympic athletes have been using this for decades. There's a report that says that weightlifters in Olympics, they measure the brain waves and the brain activity. The brain activity in which they use in visualizing the lifting of the weight is the same as the actual brain activity when they lift the weight. So when they visualize it, the brain works the same way as when they carry it. So your brain, your eye needs to see something, needs to see those goals to make sure that, oh yeah, this is happening, this is real. So you need a vision board is that collage, is that tool that just is a tool. It's not a shrine, it's not magic, it's just a tool that helps you put your goal in perspective and you're able to see them and you're like, wow, yeah, this is it. This is what I'm doing this year. So that is what a vision board is, and that is why we're talking about vision board. Now, 5 easy steps to vision boarding. I don't want to bug us with a lot of details. I just want to give you 5 steps and we're done. Write down your top 10 goals for the year or less. I usually say this, do not bombard yourself. You are only one person that has just 365 days. You cannot do everything in 2020. So write down your top 10 or less. The maximum is 10. You could do 5, you could do 2. Your goal could just be to lose some amount of weight. Write it down. Now, how do you know your top 10 goals for the year? I want you to close your eyes and say, just close your eyes right now and say 2020 was a good year. Imagine that you are in December 2020, maybe December 28th, and you are gisting with your friend and you're telling her that, this year was really a good year. Some things must have happened for you to actually declare that this year was a good year. Now, think about those things that must happen to make this declaration happen. I don't want you to limit yourself. Dreaming is free. Guys, do not limit yourself when it comes to dreaming. Dream big. There was an actual time I did a visualization, and for the first time ever, I saw the color of my wedding dress, and I saw this. I just saw it because before I just used to think about weddings, but I thought about it specifically. I'm like, let me just think about it, and it was beautiful. And now I know what I want in the day or on the day that happens or towards that event. So you need to visualize those things that must happen for you to declare at the end of 2020 that indeed it was a great year. Now write them in the affirmative. Do not write your goals like, oh yeah, I will buy a car, or I will build a house, or I will save 1 million. No. Write them in the affirmative with confidence that I successfully saved 1 million by da 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 da. The example right here says, I successfully finished my MBA by October 2020. Now this goal is specific. It's an MBA you want. It is time bound, which is October 2020. It is measurable. It's an MBA. I mean, it has a time. You know what you're looking for. It's assignable. You know what to do to get an MBA. And it's relevant to you because you want it to advance your career or your academics. So this is something that you look at and it looks like it has already happened. You successfully finished your MBA by October 2020. That is how you should write down your goal to be put on the vision board. Now, the third thing you need to do is to search images that match these goals, online or old magazines. The old way of doing vision board is to use old magazines. I find it very boxy because I may not see everything I need in one magazine, so I keep to stack up old magazines. A better way to do this is to Google images. This is what I did for my own vision board. You Google images and then you put them. A tip here is a quick hack: copy more than one picture on a Word document to save space. So you are going to print those images on a colored printer because you want your vision board to look real, not black and white and drab. So you could just copy like 2 or 3 pictures on one Word document. That way you just print one page, right? Makes more sense. So search your images. If you want a car, search the exact model and color of that car on Google. Put it on a Word document. If you want to get a certain degree, search the certificate of that degree online. Put it on a Word document. And when you have enough images, print them out and you cut them out for your vision board. I hope we're following. Please, you can totally communicate with me through the chat box. I would check if you have any questions because this class is not going to last for so long. Okay, so now next thing is to stick your pictures on a plain cardboard and write your goal beside them. Now it's good for you to have a cardboard where you paste all the pictures. So your number one is a car. I successfully bought a Tesla by April 2020. Specific. You put number two. So you need to number your goals so that you know by heart the order at which they are on your board. I can visualize my board right now. I'm not at home currently from doing this webinar, but I can visualize my board and I know where everything is because I numbered them. So number your goals, put them on the board, hang your board where you can see it every day. This is the most important part of vision boarding exercise. If you do a vision board, no matter how pretty it is, no matter how directly impacting it is, if you do not see it every day, you have lost the essence, you have defeated the purpose of the board. A board is supposed to help you visualize your goals and create that law of attraction around you. I can tell you for free that since I did my vision board, everything I've been seeing has been in line with my visions. I had a plan, I have a plan to travel to some places, and all of a sudden I'm just seeing opportunities around those places. I have a plan to write more. All of a sudden I'm just seeing things to write about. I'm getting inspirations to write. I have this quarter life up on my vision board and it happened. Hey guys, it's not joke. So if you see it, my vision board is where I see it morning and night. When I'm about to lay my head on the bed, I see the vision board. While I'm lying down, I see it. If I'm standing, I see it. On my way out, I see it. When I'm coming in, I see it. So you need to see that board so that it becomes a part of you. It's not that hard, but if you want help, you can reach out to either Mike or myself. We'll be willing to help you make this happen. Now, I don't mean to burst your bubble, but even vision boards can fail. Yes, even vision boards can fail. I know I've said so many fantastic things about vision boarding, but vision boards in themselves cannot help you achieve your goals. It's not a sorcerer or a sorcery tool or a magic board or a magic carpet. If it was, everybody would have vision boards. Even the poorest people will have vision boards. No, you can have mind-blowing visions pasted on your board and still achieve nothing. Rather than get out there and work towards their goals, some people who created vision boards seem to be waiting for the universe to grant their wishes. It's sad, but that is the truth. They've put these beautiful, amazing goals on their board and they're just waiting. It's law of attraction, it will attract to me. No, the law of attraction only makes you see the opportunities. You need to work out steps to make them happen. So don't put on your board anything that you know you cannot make happen. For example, you say, I want to become president of Nigeria, and you are not even into politics. You can't make that happen. So even vision boards can fail. Another thing I need to sound out is that not all your goals that you've put on that board may come to pass this year. And it's fine, you could carry it into the next year. Who says those goals must be achieved now? We can control some things and there are some things we cannot control. So please don't flog yourself or kill yourself about it. If you want to do a vision board, get ready to do the work behind making those goals. come to reality. It is your responsibility to make sure that those goals come alive. They come out of the board, inanimate as they are, and become um, real life happenings that will make you a happy, more fulfilled millennial. Now, the gap between vision boarding and goal execution is accountability. I had to look for a picture that would bolden this. It is really key. There was a time I wrote my goals down. I didn't put it in a vision board. I didn't tell anybody about it. I just put it in the book. I can tell you that when I opened that book to look at my goals at the end of the year, I was surprised. My goals were surprising me. I didn't recognize them anymore. I was like, oh, I said this. So because I did not have number one, the vision board, and I did not have the goal as I didn't have anybody to ask me about it. So it just died. So the gap between vision boarding and goal execution is accountability, which is why the quarter life hub is really, really important. And that is why our structure, our foundation, our pillar is accountability. You can't get it done on your own without accountability. Now, this is how accountability works. Number one, fact number one, I have 7 facts and we'll be out of here. Fact number one, you perform better under observation. Do you realize that when you give yourself a timeline and there's nobody checking on you, you just like, I'll do it. But if, for example, if you work in a corporate organization and your boss is not around, the task he or she gives you might linger. But imagine if your boss gives you a task and your boss is sitting right in front of you, you are most likely to deliver on time, right? So that is why accountability is very important because you perform better under observation. Now, in Quarter Life Hub, Mike is my accountability partner, and Mike is the worst accountability partner you can ever have in a good way. He puts fire on you. It gives you a time and says, hey, this is the time. Hey, why have you not done this? So he observes and he makes sure that you keep to that time. You get honest feedback from others. Yes, again, using Mike as an example, he gave me one of his book drafts to read. I read it not because I wanted to just pass out time. I gave him a feedback, which is what accountability did for him. Accountability helps you as a person to get feedback. Imagine if you were working so hard all the year and nobody tells you how good or how not so good what you're doing is. You will not know because most times we are always blind to our flaws. So it's good for you to have an accountability partner that will tell you the honest feedback. Fact three, it forces you to follow through on commitment. Yes, trust me, it is not easy to be accountable to people. But if you can, it forces you to follow through with commitment. So today, I said I was going to do this class because I'm accountable to Mike. I had to do this class. I had malaria over the week. I was down. I had a speech to deliver. Very rough day. But I made a commitment and I know that somebody's on my neck to make sure that I do it. I had to make sure that these slides they must come to life. In fact, I lost yesterday's night's sleep because I wanted this to happen. Now I'm better for it because I know that malaria could not hold me down. A very busy schedule could not hold me down, but I still got it done. See, if I didn't have anybody to be accountable to, my excuses are valid. I'm sick, I'm still on that medication, I'm sleepy. Right now, I'm sleepy. I feel like sleeping. But there's a commitment and it forces you to follow through on commitment. The best thing that can happen to you is to have a very sound accountability partner, which is why everyone in Quarter Life Up has been paired to an accountability partner. Fact four, it creates firm deadlines for important tasks. Let me tell you what happened last week. Mike gave me a deadline and I had long passed it. And he told me, the next time you pass this deadline, you're going to pay money. That night, I was on page 20 of the book. The book has over 200 and something pages. I read up to page 100 because I didn't want to pay money. Yes, that's what deadline does to me. But I ended up paying the money. I didn't want that to happen again. So I made sure that I finished the book. So if you are accountable to somebody, they give you deadlines. They tell you these are the things that you've committed. You committed to say you want to do this week. You said it yourself that I will do ABC this week. This person will tell you, I'll make sure that this week you do it, which is what we really need in this very busy, very distracting society and time that we live. Someone that can give us a deadline that will make it happen, even if we don't feel like it. I usually don't feel like doing things. I am the worst executionist I know, but based on accountability, I have followed through with projects and I've done fantastic projects because I had people giving me strict deadlines to work with. And what's even beautiful about the quarter life hub is that you are accountable to a pair. So you're not saying yes, ma, yes, sir to the person, but you people can relate on a level that is quite mutual and very understanding. But the deadlines has to be there. I'm telling you, as accountability partners and as someone that is accountable to someone, that you need to be firm. You can't be saying, don't worry, you didn't do it, okay, tomorrow you do it. No, you need to be firm, because if you're not firm, you're not helping yourself and you're not helping that person. So no matter the relationship that you guys have built on chat, you need to make them accountable to their goals and create firm deadlines for that. So fact number 5, it keeps you grounded in reality. Now there was someone that I shared my visions with, and the person told me, hey, this, don't you think this is quite unrealistic? And he gave reasons. It pained me because I felt like that goal was a goal from my heart, but he gave reasons and I was glad I took it. So accountability keeps you grounded in reality. Some of the things we write in our on our for goals are not things that we can achieve, but nobody tells you because you didn't share with anybody. So you feel like, oh, I'm doing well, I'm doing well. Sorry to use that. You just feel like you're doing okay, but if you had an accountability partner, you'll be grounded in reality. Last 2 years I wrote that I wanted to buy a car. I didn't even have money to buy myself a bicycle. I just wrote it, oh, I'm dreaming big. No, if I had an accountability partner, the person would ask me, how much are you planning to save every month to buy this car? And then I realized, oh, I can't afford a car this year. So it keeps you grounded in reality. You learn from successes and failures of others. This is really important to me, guys. In the world where everything we see is success, success on Instagram, success on Twitter, success on Snapchat, success on TikTok, success on Facebook, on YouTube. Everybody is successful. But if you add an accountability partner, the person shares with you the true picture of their success and their failures, and you learn. Our person also learns from yours. It is gold. In fact, in this hub, I want to let you know that we'll be posting our failures until they have no power over us. Because the moment you keep your failure as a secret, it just holds you and grips you and milks out life from you. So if you're able to tell someone that, oh, I failed at this, you feel better, and you know that these are the steps I will take to be better. So learning from successes and failure of others happens through accountability. And finally, it prevents little problems from turning into big ones. Imagine if somebody was able to see through your task for the week and say, "Oh, this is actually a problem. If you don't take note of this, if you don't do something about this quick, it will escalate." Imagine if there was someone, and this thing the person is telling you is relating to your life goals. It's gold. It's important, because then the person has saved you the stress of finding out through experience. A third eye, a fourth eye is sometimes is all we need to stop ourselves from falling into trouble. Sometimes experience is not the best teacher. I can tell you for free that some experiences are not palatable. You might not recover early from it. But imagine someone saying, oh, I perceive that this step you're about to take is not going to be a profitable one because of ABC. And you are able to adhere to the person's advice, and even you have a whole community of young-minded people that can also look into it and say, oh, I agree with this person. You have saved yourself stress, time, money, and probably some bad occurrence. So accountability is key if you want your goals on the vision board to become a reality. Now, what are the next steps? We are ending this class, and these are the 3 next steps I'm going to tell you. Create your vision board in the next 5 days. Why did I say 5 days? Because if you do not create it quickly, it leaves you. If you have the excitement to do something and you don't do it, it leaves you. So create your vision board in the next 5 days. Highlight top goals to your accountability partner and work with our templates. We're going to be sharing with you tomorrow some templates, weekly templates that you will use to work with your accountability partner. Please do not work in silos. This person is there to help you. You are there to help the person. Any information that you feel comfortable with sharing, you necessarily don't have to share all your information, but any information you feel comfortable with sharing, and you want to test this person, say, okay, let me see these first 3 goals, let me see how they're going to go. So I light them with this person and say, these are my goals for this year, and these are the templates that we're going to work with. So you work with our templates and I light them. Work with your accountability partners, and they're not just there to be just for you to say, hey, hi, what's up, good guy, alpha, alpha. No, they are there for a reason, guys. Remember, you paid money to be part of this, and the reason why we wanted people to pay a commitment fee is because we wanted people that really want this They want their lives goal to be accomplished no matter what. That is why we asked you to be committed. So if you're committed to this and you're not getting the results, you've wasted money and you've wasted time. That is why we are doing this class, for you to know how it works. Now, use tools and templates available to you to track your progress. Trust me, December is too far a time for you to start thinking if this year was successful or not. If you are doing accountability right, during the course of the year, you will change some goals. You fine tune some goals. You would upgrade some goals. You reduce some goals because you see that they can work, and that is because you have some thing to track your progress. If you cannot track your progress, you will be disappointed hugely at the end of the year when you see that, oh, I have not done up to 0.1% of what I set out to do. So if you are able to track this weekly, I'm telling you that some things that you just by yourself say, well, I can't do this year. I'll probably do it next year. And you feel good because you realize early enough and you do not put pressure on yourself. The whole essence of the quarter life hub is to make sure that the pressure from the outside is taken away through some habits we are building on the inside. And that's why we are building this habit and we are doing these classes and we are helping you through accountability to build capacity to be able to be a perfect goal executionist. Yes, you could just say, this is my goal for the next 3 months, and you execute flawlessly. That's our vision for the hub, and that's our vision for you. So yeah, we are almost out of time, and I want to know if anybody has questions. We're actually done with the class. This is the last slide. Our goals can only be reached through a vehicle of a plan in which we must fervently believe and upon which we must vigorously act. There is no other route to success. So I see some keywords here. There's a vehicle of plan. You must believe. You have to believe in your goals, and you must act. Action, timeliness. That is why we are telling you there is no time. Mike keeps saying it. There is no time. Start reading. There is no time. Keep doing this because time is money. Time is life. If you wasted time, you've actually wasted your life. So we really need to work fast. If you've not been taking advantage of the orb and what we have for you, we really need to work fast and make sure that these things happen quickly and fast. So I would like to know if we have any questions. If we cannot take them here, we can take them on the group. Please note that this session has been recorded for further viewing. We'll put it up on our YouTube platform very soon, probably before the beginning of next week. That's latest on Monday, so that you can have access to rewatch and map out strategies with your partners on how you want to achieve your vision this year. You must achieve your vision this year. There is no excuse. No excuse is excuse enough to stop you from achieving your vision. And I see it now because I have accountability in my life. I had every reason not to hold this class. I am currently on medications. I had a rough day. I'm sleep deprived. But hey, who cares? I just did the class. Boom. I was accountable to somebody. And that was what made it happen. So I hope you see the point of everything I'm saying. Your vision board is very important for you to visualize your goals and activate the law of attraction. But it's not enough if you don't have accountability. Those goals are just pretty pictures. And very soon, those pretty pictures will begin to bug you. They'll begin to haunt you because you've not taken the steps to make them happen. Thank you once again, guys, for your ever support. We will expect your feedback, your remarks, your questions on the group. Also, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll share the link on the group. Once you subscribe, you can drop comments. You can drop your questions in the comment box. We'll answer them. Thank you. You've been a wonderful audience. Thank you to every one of you, all 7 of you that participated tonight. You're fantastic, and we are grateful that we have such vibrant community of young people who want to be better. We are all humans. We all fail. We all fall. We all make mistakes. But the key is that we are striving towards being better, and that's what matters. And that's why we're here. And that's why we're here to help you. And we can guarantee that if we go through the steps together, we would achieve a great mileage on our goals. Thank you once again. Have a fantastic evening until we communicate again about another class. Make sure that your next life, the next few months, is the best month of your life. No, no, tomorrow should not be better than today, or yesterday should not be better than today, rather. So always live your best life. Thank you so much once again. Have a wonderful evening. Bye.